Hi Sagittarius, thank you for joining me for your May bonus read. Please remember that this is still a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for absolutely everyone. So Sagittarius, I'll be using this deck for your energies towards the individual that you're dealing with in a love connection. And this deck is for your person's energies towards you in love. And then the middle deck is the mutual energies between you both. Please bear in mind that the energies are all still interchangeable. I've lost my words again. That happened in the Scorpio read as well. The energies are all still interchangeable, so if you feel that you're resonating more with this deck, then absolutely do take it, but never try and force anything to fit your timeline. Okay, so I will speed up this part of the video so that you're not sitting through card shuffles. Sagittarius Collective. Okay, so the zodiacs that I can see in your read, Sag, and please don't worry if the zodiac of the individual that you are dealing with doesn't show up. It's just some find the information useful and others not so much. So you've got Jupiter in Capricorn with your Two of Coins. Your Three of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. You've got Virgo energy with the Hermit. You've got Sun in Scorpio with the Six of Cups. Saturn in Libra with the Three of Swords. The Five of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. The Queen of Wands, that's Aries. The Ace of Wands, that's an action card. You've got the World card, so that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. It's also Saturn, so it's Earth energy. The Five of Cups is Mars in Scorpio. The Knight of Swords is Gemini energy. You've got the World card again. The Four of Cups is Moon in Cancer. Your Three of Coins is Mars in Capricorn, and your Knight of Cups is Pisces energy. What I'm looking at here, Sag, you are currently in your energy. You are debating here. You are debating on giving this individual another chance. And you haven't yet made your final decision. Now, while the Judgment card is not out, literally your entire top row is telling me that, that storyline that it's giving me there is literally the Judgment card. So why they couldn't have just made the Judgment card come out and nothing else, I don't know. That would have been slightly more logical. But there's a decision here that you are currently weighing up in your mind. And yeah, there's literally, you're not going to be forced into making any kind of snap decisions. And you are really going to take your time with this one. So the individual that you're dealing with, they have either had a conversation with you, or that there is something about their energies that you're picking up, that either way, that there has been some kind of indication from this individual that something is still on the table, basically, and you're trying to weigh up what the best thing to do is, because this individual, you've already been put through the ringer with this individual, with your Three of Swords. You've already been hurt, and you're quietly currently contemplating about the risk reward. Is it worth the risk of you going down that path again that you feel could quite easily end up in just a heartbreak situation again? Or are the chances good that it's going to be successful this time round? And that's literally what I'm seeing here in your read. Now, you could be dealing with somebody where there's a bit of an age difference here between you both. There is also a distance with the World card, so that there's something that is keeping you two apart. And it's not just because something's over. That there's more to it than that in this particular read. At the moment, though, you're not entirely convinced that there is anything left for you to learn when it pertains to this connection. However, the thought is still there, though. You're still trying to balance out your mind as to what path you're going to take. Are you going to walk away from this connection for good, or are you going to put yourself in the situation where you are giving it another chance? The nostalgia is playing quite a huge part in your decision making. So there's a warning here to not stay in hermit mode for too long, because the chances are that if you stay in that energy for too long, then that would actually cloud your judgment even further. The danger with nostalgia, being too nostalgic about how good things used to be, is the harder times tend to become overlooked and things sort of swept under the rug a little bit, and quite a lot. So they're wanting you here to avoid looking back on the past with rose-tinted glasses on, and they're wanting you to approach this decision making when it pertains to this connection with a little bit more logic. And it's that balance. It's like, you know, deep down in your heart and in your soul that the potential for happiness is there, but there's also the very high risk that it could end up in the same situation that it did before. So you're really trying to use your own intuition here. I know that sometimes that word can get a bit overused, but it's literally the purple in this Three of Swords card that's really jumping for me at the moment. And purple is literally about your intuition, and sort of looking a little bit more towards the spirituality side of things, but not allowing your want to forgive to overshadow what is logical. So you're trying to find that good balance in between using your logic and using your spirituality. It's a very, very interesting energies, because it's letting us know that you're not somebody's doormat, so that there's only so far that you can be pushed, basically, before you start to really sort of take a closer look and realise that things need to be tackled from a different approach. In their energies towards you, their cards are telling me that the connection for them, it's not over. It isn't. And to be completely honest with you, Sag, I've been seeing this quite a lot in reads lately. and a lot of it has to do with individuals being separated from each other because of the outside influences that nobody has got control over. So that there has been a lot of time to introspect and to put things into order and to reprioritize their lives. So the individual that you're dealing with, yeah, they are missing having this connection with you, and in their mind this situation between you both it's not over. There is a fear of rejection here with the Four of Cups. However, they're going to try regardless, and there's something about this connection that they share with you that has actually taken them by surprise. It's like they're starting to see a new side of themselves. They're starting to tap into a part of their character that for some of them they didn't realise that they had. So it's a very assertive. They're coming into their own here, and they're trying to get the connection back to where it used to be before this happened. Now, for some of you, not all of you, your mutual energies here are actually indicating to me that some of you, this individual stepped outside of this relationship. Five of Swords, Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, the World, and the Five of Cups. Now, obviously, I'm unclear on whether it was Sagittarius that stepped outside of the relationship, or if it was the individual that Sagittarius has been dealing with stepped outside of the relationship. But your mutual energies are definitely indicating that somebody here was less than faithful, and now that they're coming back round with the attitude of, this relationship with you is not over, and it's thrown you into this hermit mode here where you're trying to balance out the fantasy with the reality. You're trying to figure out if it's possible to kind of turn back the clock a little bit. But it's nagging at you. It's nagging because it's not like you can just sweep that under the rug. Once it's done, it's done. And it's going to be there pretty much for the duration of this connection, because it's not something that you can just forget about overnight. So it's a very, very difficult one, especially when I'm not allowed to read with judgment and bias, and I'm not supposed to put my own opinion into a read, because that would muck up the energies. So I certainly know what I would do, but it's not my reading. So yeah, there is regret and remorse here though, Sag, with the Five of Cups. There definitely is. See, you've got, I'll explain it. The Five of Swords, that is someone needs to win, and they don't always use honest methods. It's the card of someone who leaves suddenly. It's the card of someone who's being insensitive. It's the card of conflict and disagreements, competition. It's the card of someone feeling defeated. someone who feels the need to win at all cost. It's the card of sneakiness, deceit, someone being unethical. It also pertains to success after obstacles. So when you've got that card right next to a Queen of Wands and an Ace of Wands, bearing in mind that when a Queen of Wands shows up in a read where there is indications of third party situations, which there is, then the Queen of Wands becomes a bit of a femme fatale. And the Ace of Wands, if you watch a lot of tarot, then you will know the symbolism behind the Ace of Wands. It's a very phallic card, right? And then you've got the World, so cycle complete, with someone feeling sorry for themselves. So this behaviour right here has closed the chapter on this connection between you both, and now somebody is regretting what they've done. I am definitely looking here at somebody who has stepped outside of the relationship. Definitely. And now you're trying to weigh up your options, because they're coming back round here. Knight of Cups, Three of Coins, Four of Cups. They're coming back round here with the attitude that the situation isn't over, and that they still are wanting to work on this connection with you, even though they know full well that what they have done was completely out of order. They understand here that they could well end up being rejected, Four of Cups, but they want to make it work anyway. So I can fully understand why you're in that energy of, yeah, but when things were good, they were really good, and then this thing happened, and now I've got to make a decision about having a reunion. I don't know. See, the Hermit and the Two of Coins. Oops. Back and forth, trying to make a decision, juggling, putting the turbulent waters behind you, being in hermit mode. It really is here a battle, an internal battle that's going on that pertains to a reunion. Because you do feel a very deep connection with this individual. For you, this connection is not just a run-of-the-mill connection. For you, this is a soul connection. And that's where your danger of being a little bit too nostalgic in your decision-making is coming in from. So, sorry guys, I was hoping to get a happy-go-lucky read for you, but we have to go with what we've been given. We really do. Or there'd be no point in doing tarot if we can't be honest about what it is that we're seeing in the cards. So yeah, please bear in mind the energies are all completely interchangeable. And yeah, it's too specific to be resonating with loads and loads and loads. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving and mourning. So they're asking you here, Sag, to give yourself that breathing space to go through the grieving process, okay, before you even consider making any kind of decision. You need to work your way through that grieving process first. We've got Axe, breakup, separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment and abandonment. Again, that they two, it's literally the same card. So there's a feeling here that this individual, well, it's betrayal at the end of the day. It's actual betrayal. So yeah, you absolutely do have to honour the emotions that that is bringing up. Instead of pushing them down and ignoring them, honour them, feel them, and then release them. Right, we've got play in the field, still meeting, dating other people, seeing each other, being a player and games being played. Yeah, definitely this is a betrayal read. It genuinely is. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together and perfect and date. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan and set a date. So for some Sagittarius, it depends on where you are currently with your timeline. So some of you have only just found this out, and others of you, this is a past energies that is coming back around to haunt you because you've worked through the grieving process and you're literally on the verge of being ready to put yourself back out there. And because now you're at that stage, it's like you're second guessing yourself. But what if the next person does exactly the same to me? So don't feel rushed into doing anything before you are completely and absolutely comfortable. It's a very interesting reads there, Sag. For Sag, please. Right. So I'll take the ones that flipped over, or else we are literally going to be here for the next week. Right, so there we go. I cannot make it up, guys, seriously. We've got trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. With that card, that's the relationship with yourself. The relationship with your higher self, more importantly, so that you can start to trust your best judgments once again after this betrayal. There's literally, my heart is absolutely going out to whoever's read this is, because that is an absolute horrific thing to have happened to you, and I am so sorry that somebody has treated you in that way. It is absolutely, oh. Sag, please. Okay, reflections. What you contemplate can actualize. It says, think before you act, be still and contemplate, await a better understanding. So with that card, Sag, they're saying, look, you don't have to act right now, and more importantly, you don't have to react, because it's a card about reactions. So usually when that card comes out, it tells me that there is an individual who is trying to trigger some kind of response from you. And they're saying here, look, just be. There is no response required. So most likely outcome, please, for Sagittarius. Make it jump. Okay. Right. So we've got the Sun, the Star, and Two of Fire as your most likely outcome. So the Sun, Archangel Uriel, it says happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. The Star, That's Archangel Jophiel. It says, happy times, make positive, optimistic long-term plans and being on the right path. And the Two of Fire, it says, you've come into your own, new partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. So, I mean, those cards are literally speaking for themselves here. The Star, that pertains to giving yourself time to heal and rebuild yourself, okay? No response is a response, and it's a very powerful one when it pertains to the individual that stepped outside the relationship, right? Give yourself time to rebalance, to heal and rebuild. They're saying here that you are definitely on the right path by continuing to move forward. It's certainly looking like your final decision is going to be, you're going to be choosing yourself. So, and you're going to begin the start of your brand new life with the Sun. That's the happiest card in tarot. So it's I was not expecting to see that in your read, Sag. I really wasn't. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. Please get in touch if that's resonated for you, because I literally don't know what it is that I'm reading. I just have to trust my cards and the other messages as and when they come in. I do read all of your comments. I might not be able to reply to them, but I absolutely do read them and appreciate every interaction on my channel. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, then that information can be found in my pinned comments below. Please bear in mind though that private reads are now very limited, so that there are limited slots left available. So thank you again, Sagittarius. Please do take care out there. Very best of luck with this situation, and we shall speak again soon. Bye.